on. You didn't even turn me on.
I just started almost started a podcast with peddle your white guilt elsewhere.
Hello, this is Captain Poodle speaking. Are you ready to find love?
Yes, ahoy, matey.
Love. Exciting and new. Go online. They're catfishing you.
Shocker.
Fiancé.
Soon you'll be flying to parts unknown.
90-day fiancé.
Marrying someone you only met on your phone.
Be they French or Chinese, a brand new K1 visa's the key.
Ooh, the key to what, Poodle?
To love. It's 90-day gate. Let's love.
We were talking about gay rights stuff, y'all. Y'all, we're doing this on Pride.
Is it official Pride?
Today's the 51st anniversary of Stonewall riots.
Was it today?
Mm-hmm. Also the day
That's why all the gay people have been all up in shit.
Also the day Judy Garland was buried.
Yes.
51 years ago today.
She didn't die today. She was buried.
Or buried.
Yeah.
Buried, yeah. That's what I just said.
Funeral,
buried.
the funeral.
Yeah.
Right. I celebrate her death day.
Y'all, a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't know this. We're going to talk about a little gay herstory. First of all, welcome to 90 Day Gays.
Welcome to 90 Day Gays.
This is welcome to Happily Ever After. This is...
You're very loud.
I know. This is... Well, you had me turned off.
Maybe.
Where this is episode...
3.
What? 3.
Seeds of Discontent.
Seeds of Discontent. Season
Now
something.
is the winter of our seeds of discontent.
But a lot of people, so if you don't know what Stonewall is, we're going to book into it real quick. We all Google that shit. Stonewall riots, basically, where police kept arresting. Back in the 1969,
The Stonewall
60s,
Inn was gay bar.
and Poodle and I were just dancing in a gay bar.
I'd been there for 45 years.
A popo could come in and just say, I'm taking
Hey,
you to jail.
girl, you're going to ride with me tonight.
And a lot of them actually, gay bars weren't gay, weren't men and women segregated the way they are more now. They were integrated because as soon as they got word the police was there, the women and the men would switch and dance with one another to cover up.
That's a big
that
deal.
way. So anyway.
You see that on City of Angels, Penny Dreadful. That happens.
Oh.
Yeah.
So anyway, y'all. So
turn this television off. It's bothering
me. So that's what Stonewall basically is, when the drag
Stonewall.
queen. That's what I said. Stonewall, the drag queens and the lesbians and the gay, and they all just said, "Fuck this. We're not going to take this
and they
anymore."
started throwing things at the cops.
Bottles at the police. It lasted for several days. But it was the day that Judy Garland was buried, and a lot of queer people were mourning that day. And already, I mean, y'all
they were already really keyed up.
Imagine what Poodle and I are going to be like the day Celine dies. Like,
there's going to be a whole new gay rights liberation started that night. If someone comes for me, I'll rip their throat out with my teeth.
It's true. So, anyway, but that's something that Liza Minnelli and Lorna Love have both talked about. They're very proud that their mom's death could be something that
and ensuring
galvanized
themselves a whole lifetime of fandom.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I just realized your shorts. What are they?
They're chubbies. I love chubbies.
Why do they have fringe colors at the bottom?
They just have little stripes on them.
Okay.
Y'all, if you want to see what my shorts look like, you can check out our reaction on our Instagram at 90 Day Gays, because I
don't think they'll be able to see your shorts because you're just shrieking like a howler monkey.
It's true. People have already commented on our clothes.
Okay, good.
It's on Instagram because we've been recording ourselves watching the show, and
there was a great moment.
This Larissa's date.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say, I kind of trashed her and said she was a bad person. I don't care. She can do no wrong nowadays. If she keeps giving me what she's giving me,
agreed.
I'm here for it.
I'm here for it as well.
I will be the first member of her fan club.
I don't care if she gets $1 million and we see her get a whole new face and her children get $5 in Brazil. She's
I don't
great
care
on TV.
as long as she keeps as long as she keeps giving like things like, I am like Cat. Sometimes I don't want you around, and sometimes I do.
Which
That's me.
Poodle has said
Hand up.
I think we've seen, y'all, if Poodle was a 90 Day Fiancé character.
I'd be Larissa. Yeah.
No.
Although I think I have a little more perspective. Just a little
Maybe.
more.
Y'all, come at us. Who do you think Poodle and I are in the 90 Day multiverse?
You're like a mixture of Darcy and...
I see a lot of myself in Darcy. I'm not
yeah,
gonna lie.
you're like a mixture of
my heart.
Darcy and Rebecca.
Yeah, I can see that. You're full on Larissa.
I'm Larissa and Evelyn.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
If Larissa and Evelyn got together and scissored and made a baby, I'll become a little poodle.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit.
Y'all, this is Happily Ever After, which should have a question mark after it.
It really should.
No one's really happy.
No one is happy.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler.
Everyone's miserable.
Everyone is miserable. I don't think we have any announcements, right?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
We do the Sissy Spotlight tomorrow night. We've been doing it on Monday.
We don't have to do the Sissy Spotlight.
No.
And
what other announcement? Do we have any other announcements?
I don't think we do. And then we can do, we just have Sissy shout-outs.
And we'll do our shout-outs.
I don't think that's it.
I think we've got something else.
We've got a normal, we are going to be doing, y'all, we have 2 interviews scheduled for Love After Lockup this week.
No, Labor of Love.
Labor
Why
of
do
Love.
you keep saying that?
Because I want it to be Love After Lockup instead of Labor of Love.
Well, yeah,
Because
but
Labor of Love sucks.
But like the only word they
I've
have
also
in
said
common.
Love is Blind. Y'all, I'm dyslexic. I really am.
You know what? You're going to use that. You're going to ride that car until the wheels fall off.
Anyway, y'all, we have 2 Labor of Love interviews.
Yeah.
We're going to be, unless they bail, but we're going to be interviewing Alan and interviewing Keith.
You
this
heard
week.
that. Hottie McHottie.
With the
Hottie
highest-
South Africa. Hottie McHottie. Alan, you
with
guys.
the highest sperm count, Alan.
Ooh. You could literally smell him. You get pregnant.
I don't know if he's listened to our show, so hopefully he doesn't end it
Doubtful.
early. Hopefully he doesn't end it early.
Probably he'll end it when I ask to see his cock.
Please don't. Please don't.
And we're also interviewing Keith.
Yes.
Keith, the
Mr.
recently
Yale.
Mr. Fire.
Mr. Fire.
I mean, I'm a lover, but I'm also fire.
So-
and Christy's like, oh my, I don't think I can handle this.
Y'all, we can guarantee those interviews are going to be better than the show.
Because, y'all, we're going to trash the fuck out of Christy if we can. Because I hate her. we all know I hate her. Meet Christy. Meet Christy.
Anyway.
No thanks.
So we've got that coming up. We've got an episode.
She's an awful person.
She's awful. We have an episode of Smothered coming up this week. We've got a good week.
How do you root for someone to find love in a child if they're an awful person? That's a problem that Fox didn't really plan out. Because you want them to be likable. It's kind of like when Juan Pablo was The Bachelor. You remember his season? Juan Pablo was gorgeous, but he treated all the women so terribly. And by the end, every viewer was like, I don't fucking care who he chooses. He's a dick.
Is he married now?
I don't care. His dick pic's out there somewhere. I think someone sent it to me.
Great.
The dick pic fairy.
Poodle does have a dick pic fairy.
Y'all, I've got someone who sends me a lot of celebrity dick pics.
By the way, y'all, we're having a lot of fun in our Facebook group. A lot of fun. But I just want to say one thing. We talk about dicks a lot. We support talking of dicks.
And we even celebrate like people posting a carrot that looks like a penis.
Or what sissies send to themselves personally in private messages, none of our business. But
Don't post a pic of your boyfriend's actual penis in the squad.
someone did in our sissy squad. And
God love her. God love her.
It
She
was-
was excited about getting engaged.
You know, and it was a pretty good penis.
It's a nice penis.
It was a nice penis.
I wanted to touch myself when I saw it.
They'll shut our Facebook group down. So,
Like Mark Zuckerberg, you can say anything you want about like race, but Mark Zuckerberg don't like dick pics, y'all.
You can put whatever fake political post you want on Facebook. But if you post a dick pic, it's going
You
down.
can say that Joe Biden loves the brains of tiny babies.
And they would
But if
1,000 likes.
But if you post a dick pic, y'all, you're going to get shut down.
You're going to get shut down. So,
Yeah.
But thank you. We appreciate your enthusiasm.
I had taken that time off for the watch and chat, and it was flashed to me. And I was like, "Goo."
I know. Andrea sent us a message, and I was like, "Whoa."
Speaking of, it is Andrea Simpson's birthday.
It is.
She's one of our moderators, y'all.
It is.
Happy birthday, Andrea. You're probably not going to listen to this tonight, but
she will.
Happy birthday.
She listens. She's going to be drinking that White Claw or Truly. Mm-hmm. She just organized her pantry.
Like drooling on the side of her mouth.
We love you, Andrea. Thank you so much.
We love you, Andrea. Y'all, if you're in the Sissy Squad, send her a message.
And I think that's it, y'all. So that's
I think that's it.
That's pretty good.
There was one announcement I want to make. I want to thank everyone for the messages you sent to me asking for me if I was okay after I choked on a cough drop last week. And
how many people? You mean like one?
At least 11. And they were all pretty much like I was, horrified that you not only talked over me gasping for air, but when I did choke, I went back and listened. And they told me what a terrifying experience for them to hear me choking live on the air. And you didn't even edit it out. You kept it in. So I don't know if there's... I seriously, I listened to it. I was like, this was so real. And you kept like, what do you think? And I was going, you're like, oh, okay, well, let's move on to...
You act like we're a snuff podcast.
That's what it felt like. I now know how you feel about me. Thank you for letting me know. I will take that into consideration. I seriously listened to it, and I was like this. My mouth just dropped open.
I'm a professional, and the show must go on. Show must go on!
That's not a song.
It is, isn't it?
No.
There is a song. Yes, there is a song.
What song?
Hey, Siri, who
I don't
sings
wanna
that
do
song?
this.
Show must go on.
The show must
Queen. Oh.
Yes.
I don't remember it. You know,
It's real gay.
you also came to me about not knowing that song Fresh. Boy, I can't tell you how many songs you don't know.
Oh, well, yeah. But the thing is I don't bill myself as an expert of music. I don't have 3 degrees in it.
I don't
only have
call
one.
myself an expert on music. I call myself an expert on classical music, yes.
Which they did play some classical music we knew in this episode.
They did. Marriage of Figaro, Overture.
They did.
Let's jump into the episode, you guys. Besides me choking, that you turned a blind eye to. I could have laid on the floor, and you would have probably continued like plugging some story about Bryony Pliers or whatever the fuck her name was in your debate team.
No, that's Trilby Air. Trilby Bryony.
Bryony Pliers. You know what? It has just as equal opportunity to be true.
It's just equal up. I want to say I listened to back. If you listen to that Patreon episode we did last week, which I think was the 90-day Patreon, you definitely know that the reason the dog is barking because of us, but it took us a whole full hour to realize the dog was barking because of us.
I talked to her downstairs. First of all, there was a huge discussion in our Facebook crew about who could hear the dog and who couldn't. And it turned into a black and gold or blue and gold dress thing. And someone's like, I heard the dog. One girl's like, no, you could not hear the dog. I listened on my headphones. Anyway, I did talk to my neighbor. Apparently, there had been a lot of fireworks that day, and she was really keyed up. For some reason, my neighbor decided to go out and not take her dog along.
It's true.
And it's, I don't know. I think my neighbor, she does want to live her own life. However, she has a dog with severe emotional problems. Yeah. So I'm kind of like, give it to an old person who's always home. But
That's true.
I don't know.
Oh, y'all, we do want to say thank you, by the way.
Oh, yes, we need to do these thank yous.
Thank you to Lynn. Lynn sent Poodle and I both McDonald's gift cards.
This is a gift that really means something.
I used mine today to buy an iced tea.
And
some fries.
Which he confessed to me after
I shame ate them
we got
on the way
dinner
here.
this evening, and he didn't order fries.
'Cause we got Burger King.
I thought you must have hated me.
And then I had to admit, because otherwise we would know.
Thank you, Lynn. And we also need to thank Stephanie Trosco.
Yes.
Stephanie with an F, like the Italian style. Stefani.
She sent
Stefania.
us a care package.
She sent us all kinds of shit, y'all.
She did.
Yeah.
So thank y'all for that. You don't have
And
to.
I also got some CBD care of
Who sent that to you?
Sabrina.
Sabrina.
I'm getting that wrong because it's not right in front of me. I'll make an addendum to that. I think it was Sabrina.
Tanya. Carly.
Anyway, you guys, if you want to send us stuff, we're really happy to receive things.
We are.
Just like my sex life. Oh my God, I'm so stupid. It's not Sabrina, it's Selena.
Selena.
Like Selena Kyle from Batman.
I just read that Michael Keaton is going to be playing Batman.
He is.
Yes, I'm excited about it.
Don't waylay Selena's thank you.
Sorry.
Anyway,
that would
Selena-
be like getting the wrong name.
Selena sent me some really good CBD. Right now, it's doing pretty good.
You know,
I'm having to take a lot because I guess my tolerance is built up.
I need to thank Selena.
But I did use the CBD bath salts that she sent me, not to snort, but in my
The
bath.
salve was good.
The salve. No one says salve.
Whatever, it was good.
You know what? You probably said that because you're dyslexic, so that's okay.
Sure.
Salve.
All right, me, Creamy, friend.
Friend, we're gonna go to America. We're finally going back to the USA. Finally,
USA.
It was my plan all along, and my lips are appropriately chapped as usual.
Gonna wear shorts like he does in Rocky
And
because that's America.
I've got my Under Armour shirt on and a huge crucifix.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm here to take my wife. She's a savage. We're going to go to America and finally become American citizens.
It's true.
Anyway, I'm not saying Granny's a savage. I'm saying Paul kind of thinks she is.
It's true.
That's
Yes.
kind of what he thinks of her.
Y'all, by the way, that's a teaching moment as well. Jackie Weissman let me know this. Poodle says that word in that we all say that word savage, but we don't realize that's tied to indigenous Native American. So yeah. But that is. So don't say that word. Say they're brutal or something. But Paul thinks of her as a savage.
I agree.
I think he does.
I've heard that too. When you're saying something is savage, that's what they called people like that. No, the word existed before that.
That's true. That's true.
But I'm not saying there's anything. I'm saying it's one thing to know that, and maybe choose another word.
Yeah.
But know the word did exist before.
But Paul would probably call her that.
Yeah.
Or not her, but her family that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely.
In that context.
Definitely.
Y'all, I did hate because I felt like Paul was a little bit like, I won. I got her to America.
He did. And you guys, so they're flying back to Kentucky. I just want to tell Karina, you're going to Kentucky, honey. It's not gonna make your life. I don't think they live in Louisville either, do they?
I don't know. Come at us. Kentucky is pretty.
Again, it is. Again, you should know this is not a well-researched show.
No.
We just say, I think.
I think that's, yeah. We don't even Google.
If I could tell you how many Instagram corrections we get.
It's true.
Of people saying, you really shouldn't say, or blah, blah. I'm like, thank you.
Willard Scott.
Besides that. But the things that we say that are blatantly incorrect. We're not informative. We're not Kim from Cray Cray.
No.
We're not even Katrina from Frauded. What
eventually is going to happen, y'all? When we can quit our day jobs and solely do this just show, we're probably going to have Jackie Wiseman be like our Monica on Armchair Expert.
Yeah, someone
she
needs
just
to.
At the end of it said, "This is what you said wrong last week," which I'm sure she would be fine with.
We'll have to pay her.
We will.
Anyway, you guys.
They're here.
So Paul shows up at the airport and he's like, I got a baggage friend. And I'm like, Understatement of the year.
Boy, mental, physical, metaphorical, all of it.
So Karina's parents are very upset. You can just tell, and they're basically telling her, just make sure he's calm. And it makes me really upset to see her, because they don't know when she's going to be able to come back.
It was
they
sad
don't know.
Seeing her mother, especially. Yeah. The dad kind of like gave up, and he was probably half drunk.
He was in the bag.
He drinks all the time. But the mom too is. I bet Karini. I bet she helps her mom kind of deal with her dad.
Yeah.
And now she's gone, so that made me sad for her. Karini's mom is really the person that loses out in all of this.
Yeah, she's kind of lost a lot.
And she's not going to see that baby. That's a cute baby.
That's a cute baby, you guys. This is one of the cutest, sadly, this is one of the cutest babies in the entire 90 Days franchise.
It's got Paul eyes and Karini's cheeks. It's so cute.
It's definitely not Lauren Alexi's baby. I have made my opinion clear on that.
I just saw a picture of that baby, and it was cuter.
Really?
Yeah. Home talk, home talk, home talk. That's what I'm going to say for now when Poodle needs to...
The date with Dateline Women said...
No, it's Andrea.
She said home talk.
Yeah, she says home talk.
No, I'm saying they said... Poodle gave that baby plenty of time to be cute.
He did.
I did.
He did.
And because newborns aren't cute, you guys. We get that. No newborn is cute.
No.
But after a month, your baby can be judged to cuteness standards. That's it.
So they're in the U.S.
Get ready.
Y'all. They're in the... Oh, God. So they just cut to... I thought they would show more of this.
Better glam up your kids.
They didn't show up enough of Paul freaking out. They just cut immediately.
He kind of freaked out about the car seat. I think he was so stressed and spiraling. She's not in the car seat. He's not in the car seat. I'll just get out. It's fine. I'm going to go on a walkabout or some shit.
And you forget that no one triggers Paul
more than his mother.
More than his mother.
Oh.
Which is usually the case for most of us.
No one can trigger me like my mother.
Shocker. We didn't know.
I'll spiral like Paul.
But can you imagine if you were there with your husband and your baby?
Yeah, two of those things don't sound very real. So
it's hard for you to imagine.
It's really hard for me to see that in that lens. Nor would we be riding around with her in a car seat in Kentucky.
And the baby wasn't even strapped in the car seat.
Yeah.
She was just holding the baby in there.
As we saw, I don't know if there are strict car seat laws in
Manaus.
In Manaus.
In Manaus,
Tonachines. So Karini is just trying to do the best she can, trying to keep the baby quiet. And even Mother Pole is just trying to keep him quiet.
But she's doing that yell out, Paul!
Yeah.
Get the car, Paul! It's fine!
So, and she's like, oh, don't worry. He's just a drama king. First of all, no such thing.
No such thing.
Just go ahead and say drama queen.
Because that's what he is, honey. That's what he is.
When Paul gets angry, he's a sputtering, lisping drag queen.
It's true.
I need to go. I got something to do. I got something to do.
You do not have to be gay to be a drama queen.
All men, when they get really freaked out and upset, are drama queens.
Yeah.
You completely become super feminine and just lisp and I don't know. I mean, what are you even talking about? I mean, especially
That's
Southern
true.
men, y'all. All Southern
true.
men become women when they're very upset.
Jeffrey from 98, he becomes a drama queen, and he's not gay at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Does a bear fuck in the woods? Does a male bear fuck another male bear in the woods?
Yeah.
Jeffrey.
Do male bear 69 in the woods?
God, I'm so glad never to have to talk about him again.
Sorry, I brought him up. So anyway, Mother Mary drops them off at the hotel because they're not staying with her, but she's putting them up in the hotel.
Definitely like a Wyndham, a Wyndham hotel.
Yeah, maybe like a Hilton or
no,
what is that?
Too nice.
Not Hilton, but what are they called? Like Hyatt Choice or something, or
Sleep Inn,
maybe Red Roof Inn.
No, that would be the characteristic Red Roof. But
so anyway, drops him off, and she goes to say bye, and then Paul gives us a glimpse into Paul as he says goodbye to his mother, and she leans in.
Don't kiss my lips. Friend, don't kiss me on the lips.
And then he said, "You know not to do that."
I don't know where that came
Does
from.
Paul have a lip condition? Is this the reason?
I don't
Are we
know.
finding some wise lips always look like fucking sandpaper?
Mother, you know Daddy only kissed me on the lips.
Gross.
That's just for Daddy.
There was always love in Daddy's hand.
I find that song so disturbing. I know you've sung it forever.
Daddy's hands were soft when I was crying. Daddy's hands were hard as steel when I done wrong.
I'm terrified of Daddy's hands.
That song could not do well because it's about hitting your child.
I think it is.
You can't sing
Who's
that
it
now.
by? No.
Hey Siri, who sings that song, Daddy's Hands? Siri doesn't care.
I think that should be relegated to the dustbin of history. We should never talk about that song
I don't
again.
think it's a good song anymore.
Well, it's strangely, since I've known you, you've sung it at least 20 times. So, anyway. So, you guys, they're moving all their military storage lockers into their hotel room.
Yep.
They're doomsday prepping as usual.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Paul's got one, like the kind of things that like Jim Baker and his new wife are selling in those like buckets with
Yep.
you, like the food you eat.
Yep.
Or some shit. Very doomsday prepping.
Very doomsday. I forgot, Jim, that he used to do that. Or he still does.
He
I
still
think.
does that.
He's crazy.
They eat like soup. Like it's like, this is the best broccoli
Yeah.
cheese soup you've ever. And the wife is like, yes, thank you, Jim.
I don't even know if Jay Baker still
I don't know.
talks. Y'all, Jim Baker's son,
That
Jay.
show was so good.
There used to be a show.
What was the name of that show?
One Punk Under God.
Yes.
And it's about his son who became a preacher in bars.
And he was like,
He was the first
very
person-
gay affirming.
Like 12 years ago was one of the first people to say that the Bible not only supports, it is not only not against, but supports gay love.
Yeah.
And gay marriage.
Oh,
It was a riveting show.
it was. And he was kind of cute.
He is cute. He still preaches in bars and stuff like
yeah.
that.
Good for him.
He says his quote is, their churches, we're sorry we're Christian. Because they
Yeah.
feel like Christians have given them a bad name. Anyway, check him out.
you can probably find that on Hulu somewhere.
I hope so. It's the same people that produced, actually, The Eyes of Tammy Faye that
Yeah.
also went on to do Drag Race. It's World of Wonder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was going to say it's what's his name?
Tom.
The gays who do everything.
Yeah. Anyway, y'all.
Correct us.
I wonder if he talks about his dad. Anyway, One Punk Under God. It's good.
Anyway, you guys. So Paul's asking Karini, what do you think about America, friend?
Friend.
And she's like, well, I really want to go see a baseball game. He's like, I've never been to a baseball game. What the fuck?
Y'all. We are minstrel dancing, shitting glitter. Well,
I
suck
don't know
a...
about minstrel. That sounds like menstrual blood.
No, minstrel as in minstrel.
Yeah, that's more associated with minstrel
playing,
shows.
but a minstrel show. And
We're gay minstrel shows.
yes,
Yeah.
and uncut, cocking, sucking,
Yeah. But
homosexuals.
I've been to my share of baseball
We've
games.
been to our share of baseball games.
Yeah.
Come at us.
It's weird for an American male to have not been to a baseball game.
Come at us. I'm going to say it's weird for an American not to be at a baseball because women
I can
too.
see some women who have avoided them.
Maybe.
Yeah. But
Come at us if you've never been to a baseball game. I'm jealous. Although I enjoy a good baseball game.
I like a baseball game.
They got cute asses.
Wow.
Don't they?
You almost sold yourself as being halfway heterosexual. But
I've been to the World
no.
Series.
Me too. Anyway, so
Poodle goes for the hot dogs, y'all.
I do. Anyway, so Paul's like, I'm 36, Rainey, and I need to support my family.
I love how they just get to America and Paul immediately is asking her, so what do you not like? Let's go to the negative.
Can't live in the
Hey, friend,
can't live in the present.
Let's not be happy. Talk about what you don't like. I know. And she's like, I can't think of it. He's like, I know. Your family's not here. You're all alone.
Yeah, he did say that.
With me in America. And boy, talk about some
Let me get out my matches.
matches. Where Karini's like, this the streets don't have sewer. They're clean. Like, she thinks it's really, we are seeing that. For so many people, the USA is what they think they see in the movies.
Policia not kidnap you on bus.
It's true. It's true.
Anyway, that's their story.
That's their story.
Just that continuation of Paul and Karini's fairy tale, y'all.
She wants to stay with their parents, and I think that's going to end up happening.
I think so, too. This is so weird that I'm saying it because both of them are complete disasters. I'm not rooting for them. I'm not there yet. But comparatively for this season, they're compelling compared to the rest of the couples on this season.
I'm going to say something. Whenever we saw her getting in the air, like at the airport, I found myself a little emotional because I thought, what a journey Karini has been on.
And also, her English is so good now.
But I think we've seen her
actually
try.
Not so good. It's better.
It's better.
Paul's Portuguese, still not existent.
You know what? The best thing to happen to Karini, she gets here, she gets dual citizenship, so she can live wherever she wants.
Yeah.
Or if she wants to bring her mother here, because let's be honest, Karini's dad's kind of a deadbeat.
Yeah.
Maybe she could just bring her mom
here. I really
here.
wish that she could bring her mom to the LA, to the U.S.
Paul goes to jail for like 20 years, and she can just raise his kid in peace.
For what? They just frame him for something?
He burns something.
You're right. They could just, like, press his buttons, and he would just, like, burn something down.
You know, and then she's doing this without Paul. That's a blessing.
You're right. Like, they could just gaslight him for a while.
Yeah.
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 And he would go to jail for, like, burning something down.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, he'd run up a hill and have to, like, go to his safe space or some shit.
It's true.
Should we move into Colt and Larissa?
Yes.
Yeah, you guys came at us a little bit about Colt and how I don't think we've been light on him at all.
Someone said, y'all only go at Larissa. You don't go at Colt at all.
That's not true.
And I said he was a murderer who would wear your skin.
I think they were mad
because
we
went hard at Larissa.
We went hard at her. Because honestly,
I still don't think she's a good person,
on
y'all.
the surface of what is presented by Larissa, her actions are not great.
Yes.
For what...
she's great TV.
Oh,
but y'all,
she's wonderful
she
TV.
She is getting money and paying for plastic surgery, we think, and not sending it to her children like she said.
I mean...
That's not great. But at this point...
Is she a victim of someone like Colt? Yeah.
Yes, but
now we see in this episode when she said something like, when the guy she was going out with, what kind of guy are you wanting to meet? She's like, what's the
requirement?
The requirement. She's like, citizenship.
So
I mean, you guys.
She was looking at this totally as transactional.
The thing about it is, she's upfront about it. Colt's not. So I kind of agree with you there. I think they're two sides of the same coin, though. In a way. I
think they're both gross people.
Yeah,
who got together and it's gross.
Although I would watch a show about Larissa any day before Colt.
I'm already into her spinoff. TLC, make it. Give her a green card. Let her be here.
And that fucking Muppet face just staring at you with those eyes.
Like,
hello.
I want a show where the show begins. Larissa goes on a date every episode.
Oh, I would live for that.
And then maybe it's just called Blind Dating with Larissa. She goes on a date every episode.
And one eyelid's down because her eyelash is so heavy.
But every episode begins with her getting some type of plastic surgery treatment with Hannah, where she's telling her how bad
whether
the last
it's cold
day went.
Sculpting, or it's like another tummy tuck,
or it's like
something.
Just a cow fat in her hip.
Yeah.
And then that's like Act 1, and Act 2 is Hannah saying, well, I have a new person that I want you to go on a date with.
Right.
And then she goes on the date.
And they're all disasters.
And then she comes back to Hannah.
I would not
watch that
just watch that show. I would Reddit. I would join every subreddit that I could about that show.
Matt Sharp, come at us, because we just gave you a fucking show idea.
Anyway.
We should have kept that private.
I feel like the shows that we would come up with would be a little bit more edgy than a lot of what people would watch.
Probably on the fringe.
Yeah.
Probably on the fringe.
So Colt, you guys.
Can't you see Jake at TLC? So listen, all these guys are together, and then out comes a bucket of lube, and things get crazy.
Let's get slippery.
And they go, wow, wow, wow.
Suck that dick.
Let's get slippery.
Let's get slippery. Anyway, y'all.
Bow down.
Lip.
So
That's the theme song.
You gotta move this.
So let's move on to Colt. All right. Also, thank you guys. Keep coming at me about my Poodle's Gay Club glitter mix. That will, if you need to exercise or get something done, that mix will get you there.
It will get you through. It's on Spotify. So yeah, y'all. So let's talk about this.
I finally pegged it. I think Colt looks like, you know, that time in a boy's life where he's kind of in between. You're like not 10, you're like from 10 to 12, that time where you're growing into your body and you get fat, but you still kind of have a little boy body.
Yeah.
But you can see the fat is just like baby fat, and hopefully it'll like melt off you when you turn 13. You'll fill out, as they say.
You don't pray about it every night.
No, I did. Colt is that child who never filled out.
He never filled out. Yeah, I agree.
That's exact. And like he's the kind of boy that we were talking about before who skipped on the playground.
Yeah.
Like we were saying before, I was pretty good skipper. I was a very good galloper.
I loved skipping. Skip down the hall.
Yeah. Anyway, he was also that boy, you guys, which we see later on, where he was that kind of boy who would get invited to the girls' parties. He was the only one. Not saying this from personal experience.
But here's the deal. But I think what's the weird thing is that so Colt's gay, but he's not. So it's weird. It's like it's not mixing.
Yeah, I agree.
Good call, Poodle.
But anyway, he was that boy. He tried to dance with the girls, but he couldn't. He could just kind of shake. You know that dance that Donald Duck did called "Shake Your Tail Feathers."
Yeah,
that's what he did. He
yeah.
literally shook it, and on a human being, it's terrifying.
Yeah,
Donald Duck, it was kind of charming.
That was kind of
okay.
That was kind of this guy I went to school with, all named Jeremy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's literally it makes it worse because he puts his hand in his pockets, and he is heavier than he has been. You guys,
Jeremy's shorter. He kind of reminded you of John Candy.
He's not that big though.
No, but I mean he was funny.
But yeah, Colt has this shape to him that he's probably carrying about 50 or 60 extra pounds.
Maybe.
Yeah. And there's just something about him that he has. One of the things that he has refused to buy bigger clothes. So we're seeing him kind of be put into the sausage casing.
Well, I
think
we're going to see that later.
No.
Literally.
Gross.
It's going to happen. Y'all, he and Jess are in Chicago. We haven't even talked about them yet. He and Jess are in Chicago. They're walking around and they're going to make up.
Let's talk about Jess. So we kind of, Maddie asked me, her glasses are big for her face, right?
They're
I said,
way too
yes.
Big. They're way too big for her face.
She looks like that little nephew of Tweety, Egghead. I had to look up what that bird was called. Egghead. She's Tweety's niece.
I got to look that up.
The one who knows everything. The one who knows like nuclear physics and shit. Look up Egghead Tweety Bird. And those glasses.
She totally does.
She looks ridiculous in these glasses.
She does. You are Egghead.
I was an Egghead.
Wow.
So anyway, they're happy. They've kind of like solved their quote unquote problems.
They did.
They haven't. But right now, she's like, new Colt, please. And he's like, new Jess, please. That's not how you apologize, honey.
It's not how I apologize. But I don't get the editing on the show because Colt act like they weren't serious. She did. And now he's like saying, I want to have a relationship and I love you.
Here's the thing that's weird,
is this
too.
just for the show?
It is, and none of this exists in reality.
Yeah,
Because
it doesn't feel
if
real.
they did, he had to have told his mother before now. So maybe he did tell his mother before he went there somehow.
Maybe, but although he says he tells her next week.
Yeah, but that could be completely scripted. I don't. Y'all, everything about his story feels awful to me.
I mean, they kind of end with they're both gonna. They didn't really apologize because they both just said, "Well, look, let's compromise more," but it wasn't like in a good way of let's compromise, but kind of like I'm not saying I'm sorry. I'm not saying I'm sorry. Let's compromise, and so we can just fuck.
Yeah, it's pretty awful because she just wants to fuck him. Actually, she just wants to fuck the green card right out of him.
Because then, y'all, we get to see she's talking about how her visa is going to be ending. Yep. And what kind of visa will I get?
You could get a student visa. K1?
K1. Somebody might be.
K1. K-fun.
I wonder if Jess is studying from the Skyla method.
Yeah, that's like chapter 11 of Skyla method, y'all. K1 visa. That's when you have him in palm of hand. You know, that's right before you've already taken wallet 3 times and taken out cash. And if they no leave you, that's when you get K1 visa. She's a real fan of stealing their money.
Yeah, we've noticed.
And somehow they don't like kick her to the curb.
And funny,
gets me
every time she shows up here in our I almost said studio.
Oh,
and by studio, Jake's living room. All my cash is gone when she leaves.
Yeah, she's good about that.
And for some reason, she took my SAG card. I have no idea why. I'm like, there's no money on the SAG. It's just my membership card.
Maybe her acting, she'll be. Well, she's definitely masculine enough to play you.
She is. That's true. So Jess has the idea of, Colt, why don't you go to Brazil with me? And Colt's
like, sure.
This was pretty. He was like, I would love to go and celebrate with you.
Yeah, everything about this feels super
Their relationship
scripted.
feels very fake and scripted. Anyway, y'all, they're going to go. Y'all, it hurts us because we recognize that we are 2 men from the United States. But if we were 2 flouncing queens from Brazil, you bet your ass we would be doing a 90-day theater of Jess and all of her friends at this dinner.
As I called them, I thought about this last week, and I kind of put it in a when I was commenting on Instagram. Her friends were kind of like the Great Value Spice Girls.
Yes. Yes.
There was they were all like, they're like 4 or 5 of them are all kind of wild.
Yeah.
And these 2 friends, one who showed up was like nutmeg, and the other was like
white pepper.
Yeah. And this girl, one of the girls is like, this is where is it? Where is it talking about?
Well, they're talking about him being bossy and how they think he's bossy, and then it's also they're at this pizzeria, and basically, I mean, it's her friend. Is it Maria?
Myra is the one I called Nutmeg.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then
Nutmeg.
I don't remember White Pepper's name.
I don't either. That's why I called. I literally could not remember their names. So I did that for Libby's sisters too. By the way, I could not remember their names either. I have a hard time remembering people's names I don't like. So these women were out for him.
Out.
They were just like, the party was so funny. You should have been there. But you weren't.
But you weren't because you were being controlled.
Anyway, so yeah, Nutmeg was really all up in her business.
And then already Jess doesn't like Vanessa at all because Vanessa is texting Colt.
Yeah, we don't even know Vanessa, y'all.
Who gives a fuck about Vanessa?
Yeah.
Like, why?
Here's the thing: we haven't met Vanessa, so she's gonna have nothing to do with probably what's this next couple seasons.
And then Jess is like, well, And Myra says, "Do you want to get married?" And she's
Nutmeg.
Like, Nutmeg says, "Do you want to get married?" And Jess is like, "Well, maybe." And she's like, "Come on, don't be dumb.
Yeah.
Come on,
Don't be dumb.
don't be dumb."
This is full. She goes full on Gina Gershon in Showgirls too. She's like, "I'll tell you, I'll gonna make you a star. I'll tell you what you're worth. Yeah, you're worth 10 of him."
You know, one of my friends was a PA and was on set the day they put he
The marbles.
helped get the ice for the nipples.
Oh,
But good for you.
Anyway, she then Nutmeg says, "Do you think your daddy will respond to Colt?" And I went for a minute.
What?
She's got a daddy, and I
Yeah.
went, "Oh, you mean her
yeah.
actual father?"
But
Got
then she
it.
keeps saying, and Jess is like,
What about daddy?
Maybe. And
Yeah.
then she keeps saying, "Do you think your daddy will like Colt's pass? Maybe. Do you think your
Yeah,
daddy
it's like
would
20
like
questions.
would like to spank me?"
Do you think your daddy would stay with me in a boat?
Mm-hmm.
Would he eat me on a goat?
Goat. Would he give me a baby to tote?
Anyway, this whole thing, you guys, is weird. Neither one of them has her best interests at heart.
No.
They're just there to rile up everything.
They're just
Nutmeg and White Pepper
they're
are
bitchy
not helpful.
au pairs.
Yeah.
And who knows if they're even here now because they're getting canceled. They can't come here anymore for right now. Anyway, y'all.
Great Value Spice Girls,
Great
but only
values,
two of them.
But only two of them. Before we jump into...
Because the other three wouldn't sign the waiver.
It's true. Before we jump into our potential new queen of this show...
We should take a break.
Colty.
I can talkie Colty.
Colty.
It's Larissa.
Y'all, she's putting on drag queen contouring.
Oh, it was full on quadrants like
Yeah.
they teach you to do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Barbara Cox taught me that in theatrical
Like
costume
these
at
are
UNT.
trapezoids of contouring.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, is this something she saw in like a magazine one time?
Yeah. So many women do that now.
In like 1991?
No, these are things that women saw. This is, you know nothing about makeup, Jon Snow.
I don't.
Nothing. That's what's all popular now. It's all because of drag. It's all contouring
Makeup
now.
tutorials.
Yes. You really aren't around straight women at all, are you?
I am. But they put makeup on, but like, it's like fresher looks. It's not like Larissa.
You know, I find you're around a lot of theater folk.
I am.
And I think a lot of theatrical and in real life actors don't
simple.
wear a lot of makeup because they are always having to wear it on shoots and things like that. So it's very, very simple.
Yeah, it's simple. Yeah.
So, but in the real world, girls that aren't oh yeah. Oh
well,
yeah.
it's kind of like Libby's makeup in her confessional and her hair. As opposed to normal day-to-day Libby with like taking care of her kid.
I need you to go to JCPenney's and get some sheets because that woman in linens, his face is fucking beat. Beat.
Anyway, let's talk about Larissa.
Larissa. So she's putting on drag queen makeup. She says she's got this blind date coming up.
She's like, I've been trying to do dating apps. And guys want to talk about tacos and hiking, and I have no interest in these things.
Fair. What is she?
I'm the same, Larissa.
Although you love a good taco.
I do love a good taco.
I wonder what is on Larissa's dating profile?
Oh.
What are her hobbies?
Hello, I am Larissa.
Oh, God, I'm sorry.
And I really want to meet a nice American man. A man who he needs to be male citizen. And I want him to be not cheap. I like big shoulders. And he should not have problem with me being not so good with policey.
Your Larissa kind of sounds Russian.
A little bit. Trying to make it better.
You know what? Wednesday of this week, you're just going to spend the whole day studying her accent.
I am.
So
I am. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's
hard.
A Brazilian accent's tough. It's
very
not
hard.
it's not. Yeah, it's a little weird. It's not like Korean's accent, which is every Brazilian person I know is like, that's a fucked up accent. And even Larissa's accent, they're like, I don't know what kind of Portuguese she's speaking.
That country's quite a big country, too.
It is.
So there's
you
different
can have,
dialect,
regional variants.
Yeah.
So you guys, she's going on a blind date
with a man that's not cheap.
No,
going to a nice dinner.
So she shows up. This guy fucking looks like Don Trump Jr.
He does, actually.
He really does.
First of all,
not getting political. He looks like a D-bag.
But he looks like a D-bag. Yeah. He looks like
hair
a
like swept back.
Y'all,
nose ring.
I'm just gonna say something, y'all. His name is Matt. Ironically, he's from Oklahoma. Maybe it's because he's Egyptian or whatever, but y'all, if you're a straight man in Oklahoma, they're going to beat the shit out of you if you get a nose ring.
It's true.
They're going to beat the shit.
I think he might have been in Vegas too long.
Unless you had like one of those nose rings that looks like a bull.
Like a septum ring. Yeah.
And you have some tattoos, then you're fine.
I went out with a guy who had a septum ring. It was not on his profile. And the whole time I was thinking, I flashed forward in my head, I'm like, if we do make it, how can I introduce him to my mother?
What would
my mother would
say?
God, who would ever do that to themselves? They look ridiculous.
God, what do they do? They got a cold.
I'm serious, y'all. That was in my head the whole time. And I know that's projecting into the future. My mother will never accept a septum ring in anyone.
We're fine with it.
Women, men.
My mom
I don't
would get
care.
over it, but she would talk about it.
My mother would never accept it.
But I'm telling y'all, you're right. He got that nose ring in Vegas.
He did.
Anyway.
It's like when I got my eyebrow ring out here.
Yeah, it's true. He would never gotten that in South Carolina. So he's like, he's totally down to earth, normal.
No, he's not.
Oh, yeah, because the first thing he says in his confessional is, I'm looking forward to this date because maybe we have chemistry and we'll be together forever, ever, ever,
That's
ever.
right.
Ever.
We'll have chemistry. We'll be together. I think now is a good time to... This is another episode of 90 Days Theater. I'll be playing the role of Larissa. The whole conversation is just too good.
I'll be playing Matt from Oklahoma, ironically.
Shockingly.
So
anyway,
I'm only doing this because you bought me a Whopper for dinner.
They've had some really good conversation up to this point, and she's sitting there with her Muppet face and her eyelashes, and
they're at They're at an nice restaurant. It's not super nice because the bread rolls are all put together from a fucking package.
Yep.
And there's butter on the table.
And he's got both a boutonniere and a pocket square.
And she's, which is too much.
Which is weird.
And
it's a lot.
It's a lot. And she's wearing a dress from like...
Wet seal
that's way too nice for
this. It looks like something from the Terminator
But
movies.
she does look pretty.
Yeah, she does. Melissa's a pretty girl.
She's a pretty girl. And scene. So, are you enjoying? Thank you for meeting me here. I got you a gift because that's what you normally do.
I like gifts.
On a blind date, you get somebody a gift with a card because that's not weird at all.
What does the card say?
It says, that's the gift. I got you some booze. Either you'll need it later because the date went well, or you'll need it because it went bad. Yeah.
You're a funny
thanks.
American citizen. Yes?
Yes, I'm from Oklahoma.
Okay.
Do you know where that state is?
No.
It's north of Texas.
You're boring.
Arkansas.
Anyway,
okay.
say something else. Where you said you're from Oklahoma?
Yes, but I'm half Egyptian and half sexy.
I don't understand.
It's sexy.
Oh,
50%.
Egyptian?
50% sexy. Yeah, Egypt. Egyptian. Do you like Egypt?
Yes, very, very much.
Oh, really? When did you go? Where'd you go? Have you been?
No been.
Oh. So, but you love it.
Yes.
Okay.
What do you do? What do you do?
Well, are you into philanthropy at all? I do philanthropy.
No.
Okay. Well,
You have other questions for me?
I mean, couldn't get it. It can't get any worse. It's not like you have kids or anything.
Well, no. Well, they're two, and I have two children in Brazil.
Oh. So, what are you looking for in a man?
Citizenship.
Okay. Okay. Well, anything else I should know about you?
I have a problem. I'm kind of like a cat. It's I need to. Sometimes I want people around me. Sometimes I want to be alone.
Mm-hmm.
Like my ex did not understand all that.
Oh. Okay.
So
do you
was
need me to leave?
no, it
But
was
your ex
my
was-
ex.
So you're broken up. You were married.
Yes, he's Colty.
Cody?
Colty.
Colon.
Colty.
Colton.
Colty.
Cody.
Colty. Yes.
Cody.
Yeah. Colt. No. Colt. Colty.
Cody. Like that old perfume.
You're funny.
Okay.
Check, please. No. So wait. I have one more thing to tell you.
Okay.
I have some problems.
Okay. Your problems meaning
Legal.
Well, let's just get these out of the way. Let me.
Guess what?
What?
I was arrested.
Whoa.
Oh, 3 times. 3 times.
What?
Buddy,
Was it?
I need to tell you.
Is it
he made up stories about me. So.
I think your car's here.
And
scene. Y'all,
the accent got better as I went on. I'm kind of finding it.
I'm going to support you no matter what, just because I'm your friend. Y'all, that felt awkward to do.
It's kind of more rounder.
That felt awkward to do because it was awkward to see.
Y'all, when she screamed, guess what? I was arrested.
We died.
I lost my mind.
We have the Instagram video to prove it. So go to 90 Day Gaze and see our latest post.
I became
a fan,
like a blubbering idiot.
We are a fan.
Yeah, you know how you used to see like in the 40s and 50s when they had loony bins, and they threw people in there. That's what I did. I was a stereotypical mental patient.
That's exactly where you were.
When they threw me.
Same.
When she said that.
Same.
I'm all in. If they gave her a spinoff, I'd be the first one to watch.
Matt Sharp.
Team Larissa.
Blind dating with Larissa.
Anyway, let's finish the rest of Larissa. So, you guys, it ended with, I think that's your car. Never a good way to end a date.
Yeah, I think that's your car. And then...
he was a D-bag, though.
He was.
Come on.
He was a douche. And so then we see her going to Hannah's to get served. But there was a song that played as she was doing it called "This Is Our Time, This Is Our Time." Can you feel it? I Shazammed this, and this is actually a song from the early '90s. It's from a girl named Kimber.
Okay.
Who trying to be Britney Spears.
Okay.
Trying to be a Musketeer. She got second alternate. She ended up being a stripper in Tampa.
Okay. That's where you always wind up.
Did a lot of coke, but she made this song called "This Is Our Time."
This is our time.
She used to sing at the Steak and Ale. I should say, if you
the Steak and Ale.
Kinda Hallbird, you just
Kinda Hallbird.
Kinda Hallbird, yeah. And the song is actually called "Where Am I?"
Okay.
Shazam it. Sam Goody.
SamGoody.com. So she's getting body sculpting, you guys. Where it's when they, I think, is it cold when they, or is it like vibrations?
Basically, this is just they're working out your muscles so you don't have to. You know, like when Antonio.
Is that it?
Did you see him on Friday, by the way?
The stem, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. That's our acupuncturist, y'all. Acupuncturist.
It's not our male sex worker.
No, it's like stems. So basically, they're making the muscles contract.
So she's in the same. This is when they start playing the Marriage of Figaro by Mozart, the overture.
Mm-hmm.
Because that must be what it feels like to get stemmed.
That's a great overture.
It's a fabulous opera.
Go see the Marriage of Figaro.
I've probably seen it at least 12 times in my lifetime, and I've always been entertained. It helps to know the piece.
Another thing, if you're dating a guy and he says the Marriage of Figaro is a fabulous opera, I've seen it probably 12
times. You need to dump him if you're a woman.
He's gay.
You need to dump him.
He's gay.
Otherwise, he's a straight man who's obsessed with opera. You don't want that either.
No, that's true.
You need to be able to.
They're weird.
Y'all, you need to be able to drag your husband to the opera.
I know a guy who actually is straight and he's obsessed with opera, and he's weird.
If you decide to go to the opera and you're not having to drag your husband, something's wrong.
Something's wrong.
Anyway, so
and we mean opera. Phantom of the Opera and Les Mis are not opera.
No. Mint, did you just inhale?
I did a hiccup.
So she is. I'm really happy to be party of the jeans. Who knows? Who knows?
Jeans.
I can't read my writing. Journey. I'm really happy to be part of her journey. Hannah says.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
And so,
in other words, a lot of procedures.
Larissa's getting her glow up.
She's like, go inside. Whatever that means.
So,
she's basically orgasming here, y'all. It's
she
not
is.
easy to watch.
Hannah puts these things on. She's like, okay,
ooh,
do you feel it?
I do. Yes.
Okay, I want to turn it up a little bit. Let me know.
Yes.
More. And you feel it. Do it so my daddy loves me.
Anyway,
she does tell Hannah that she found out about Colt's new girlfriend.
Colty has girlfriend. She is also Brazilian.
Yeah.
And Hannah's like, are you jealous?
No, I am 0,000,000,000% jealous.
I just want him dead and buried.
Oh, that was my favorite line. I want him dead and buried.
But she either is learning or they stopped rolling and a PA said, Larissa, you're going to need to back that up. And she's like, I don't want him dead, just buried.
Just buried. Which she really means she wants to bury her memories. But honestly, it was such good TV.
Not bury him alive.
No. I want to kill him and bury him in my life.
It's true.
Now she kind of sounds like Balky.
I'm just going to let you experiment with it.
Her accent's hard, y'all.
It's hard.
I need to spend a lot of time with her.
It's hard.
Anyway.
His accent isn't hard, but the rest of him is.
It's true.
Andrei and Libby,
Okay, y'all. People have come at us saying, how can you like Andrei? He's such an asshole. Well, honey, you obviously have a lot higher hopes for gay men than... Because if you look at him, you just want to climb him like a redwood.
I'm going to climb that mountain high.
There's something about him.
What's on the other side?
Yeah, I would like. He could see my other side.
I'm gonna kiss my ass goodbye. I'm gonna climb his mountain high. It's a Reba song.
You sound good. I meant to tell you, you sound good on the Smothered theme that you recovered. I listened to it.
You know why?
Yeah,
because I listened to it and I thought, we need to not have so many fucking shows so I can actually take lessons with Poodle because, y'all, I probably should be a tenor higher singer.
Yeah, you should.
But my voice teacher in college, not Dr. Eustace, she was wonderful, but the first one told me I was a bass and ruined my voice. But the pretty part of my voice is actually the higher part of my voice.
I agree with that.
And he fucked it. And you know who told me that like 4 years ago? This bitch on the couch. This bitch on the couch.
And I'm not going to tell. I wanted you to go ahead and do it, but I wasn't going to be there to make you. I didn't want you to overload you.
But I get in my head about it because my voice teachers fucked me.
I know.
You know what? I need to get over that though. I'm 41. Let's not let the past create my future.
I think too. What I would ask you is, do you want to let go of your voice or do you want to hold on to it?
Yeah, you want to let go. That's the hardest part.
And I mean, you did a lot better. I still hear you trying to hold on to your voice.
Oh yeah.
And you guys, you have to let that voice go like a bird.
But it's an unconscious thing. That's why Poodle started life coaching, y'all, because I would talk about doing therapy stuff, and he would say, we do the same
thing. Yeah.
It's the same thing.
And now I'm just telling people how to live, which is my best thing to... I'm living my best life, y'all. Basically bossing people around, and they pay me for it. It's amazing.
He loves that. Now, I want to say, though, something of clarification. Y'all, we're going to say this a lot, especially the more that we recap 90 Day, like Fernando or whatever his name is. Somebody just posted a picture of him who's dating Chantel or married to Chantel. Pedro. Did you see that picture of him?
Yes, so hot.
He's so hot. And people are like, what? He's so gross. Y'all.
It's not hard for us to divorce who these people are from their physical personalities.
Exactly. So when we say we want Andrei to fuck us like a lost railroad car on a runaway mine train.
I would ride his mustache into the sunset.
Yes. We're just saying we want to fuck them.
Yeah.
We're not saying they're good people.
It'd be better if he didn't talk.
Actually,
no, it's true. In my dreams, y'all, he doesn't talk about anything except for my ass.
Out of my dreams and into my ass. Yes. So I just want to clarify that. And yes, Andrei.
I have no problem separating the two.
But I do want Andrei and Pedro to talk to me.
Me
very
too.
Softly in my ear. If they call me a whore, I'm fine with it because I'm sex positive.
Anyway, you guys, so...
Sorry, I just got a deep cut of Matt.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this.
I was trying to work through that. So they are calling his parents. I was just trying to get through it and just move on. They're calling his parents on Zoom, you guys, and basically this whole conversation felt like it was put through a translator like 3 times.
Yes.
Like, we will organize wedding. We will give you what you need. We will, like, it was this weird thing. There's lots of work to do. Like,
wake up, flowers.
I can't wait to see baby who I have not touched. It was a weird description.
It was like they said, hey, Mom, Dad, this is what we're going to talk about. Now let's record it.
Exactly. And I feel like, too, this just tells you what a lot of Slavic languages, a lot of times the description and word order and grammar are just so not like English. And so when you get translated something, you get a backwards sentence order, kind of like German.
It's like, didn't we have a friend who was he from Brazil? When we were talking about a Twix bar, and he said, tell me,
what is a Twix?
No, not what is a Twix. How is a Twix?
How is a Twix?
And where was he from? I think he's from Brazil.
Yeah.
He had a good ass.
But you guys, it's sometimes very difficult to when they do translate to make it seem like normal people are talking.
Yeah.
Not
the same.
Yeah,
not the same.
So we're gonna get a don't pull over soon.
Yeah, don't pull over. They're coming. So they're telling them that, and they're like saying, "We'll take care of everything for you. The wedding will be great. It's going to be wonderful." And then Elizabeth. I just was really glad that she didn't make this about her.
To be honest, their personalities, you guys, they deserve one another. They're
do.
both awful.
They're awful, and they both talk horrible to one another.
That's
horrible.
That's why I have a hard time watching it, because I feel like every scene with them is just verbal abuse that their daughter is going to see.
Yes.
It's really awful.
Y'all, their daughter
I have a hard time watching them.
is going to... I hope her daughter's a lesbian. Otherwise, she's going to
have
fuck
big
a guy
daddy issues.
early
Yeah.
and get pregnant quick.
Yeah, gross. Anyway, you guys, I also said, and this is no comment on her appearance personally. I've already talked about she has a weird mouth, and it bothers me.
It does. It is a weird mouth.
But her confessional look versus her day-to-day look, it's like a different person.
It's like when
I kept saying it over and over again.
Visage out of makeup.
Yes.
You don't know who she is.
And it's like that Seinfeld episode with a Two-Face. Like, in a great lighting, she's like, oh, you're gorgeous. But when you see her in one light, you're like, is this the same person?
Yeah.
Like, someone knows how to do her makeup and hair in the confessional, and then when they put her in regular life, it's like, what'd you do with Elizabeth?
She's just a top knot and a mascara kind of girl.
Yeah.
That's what she does.
It's just like, but why can't you take that? But even when she's doing nice things, when she was dressing nice to go through something, she doesn't look like that. It's like, take your confessional look with you, honey.
You're not wrong.
She's a Two-Face, y'all.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. So they're talking about the wedding with his family. Then they start to get off the phone. He's like, the parents are like, oh, you can stay with us, because we never see you except for maybe once every 2 years.
And I think that's fair, you guys. I think it's fair to stay
Elizabeth's
with them.
like, I don't want to stay with them. And then they get off the phone, and she was
my family isn't going to know anyone.
And so she wants him to stay with her horrible fucking trash family.
Oh, they're awful, y'all.
Awful.
They're pieces of shit.
And so she wants
the sisters are garbage.
They're all garbage. And honestly, you said this before, I think
they're criminals. They've all had mugshots.
I think Libby's the best one of them.
She is.
And she's so gross.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Basically, everyone in these whole segments, you guys, is gross except for their baby.
And so they want us, she wants them to stay with him. And I'm like, these grandparents want to wake up with their grandbaby and put their grandbaby down to sleep. Like, fuck off. Suck it up.
You know what the family dynamic is? The family dynamic is like, I love you as far as I can use you.
Yes.
And as far as I can play on your sensibilities to get something I want.
Yes. They also will. Andrei could have planned this a year ago.
Yeah.
And the family would still bitch about that he did something wrong. That they all have this martyr syndrome of something's being done against me.
Well, also, all of the men who've married those sisters suck up to dad. They've all realized how fealty works in the family. They've all like played into it, and so the brothers will all be, the husbands will all be jerks to everyone who's not in the tribe.
This is my cousin Lolo, and because they own all the money.
Oh, more Lolo,
y'all!
God damn it,
y'all! Somebody said, Matthew, I worry about you using real people's names, and so I try to maybe change the last name or first name. Lolo's a horrible person. So y'all can come for her.
So, but basically, you guys, this is a whole family of users. They only want you around when they can emotionally pressure you to do something.
Yes.
And if you're part of the tribe, fine.
Fine.
If you're not, they don't accept Andrei not just because he's not American, but because he bucks their system of fealty to the father.
Now, somebody sent us an Instagram message saying that they thought the wedding was already worked out and that Andrei actually gets along more with the dad.
I believe it.
I don't know if I believe that part. I think he bucks the family a lot.
I believe that a lot is staged,
but
I believe that a lot is under the surface.
I think there is, even if this is staged, there's truth in this pain.
Mm-hmm.
There's truth in this pain.
I agree.
So
I get Andrei's an asshole, you guys, but I feel sorry for him having to deal with this family day in and day out. The sisters are terrible. The brother-in-laws are terrible. Awful. Everyone just feels like is rotten to the core.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's just something about them that... Ugh. Yeah. Anyway, so you guys...
we don't know the mom enough yet, but yeah.
But
she raised those girls.
Right.
So
they're then Libby and her sisters and her mom are getting a wedding dress and the sisters are there with varying facial colorings. Like one of them is really, really spray tanned.
One's a Saint-Tropez.
Yeah.
Another one's a Bali. Another one's Sweden.
I called them the stepsisters in Into the Woods. Florinda. What's the other? Florinda.
Dorinda.
No, not Dorinda. I just called
Tammy?
one of them. I just called one of them Becky.
Becky. Actually, that's her name.
Really?
Yeah, that's Becky, the sister that was like, I think that dress looks great.
Oh.
But whatever.
Who broke down crying
and said, I can't go.
Y'all, that was the most manipulative thing I've ever seen. That was the worst fake tears.
I mean,
it was awful. Becky's
like,
terrible.
Becky's like, it's very hard for me because I'm not able to be there. And
glad you're making it about you.
Andrei I know he maliciously planned this for me from being there. He's just at the bottom of my shit list.
And you know what? That could be true. He might not have wanted you to go. The thing is, you don't want to go. You've already been there.
Becky doesn't want to go. She's never been there. She's never been to Moldova.
Yeah, you're Moldova.
I'm
going to have to correct you every time. Moldova. Anyway, so...
Let's take a little bit of the breakdown of the dresses. First dress.
Hideous.
Second dress.
It's nice.
We like that second dress.
We like the second dress. The back, it's kind of backless.
We actually thought the second dress was the most modest dress.
Yeah, she needed something that was a little more, because their parents are Russian Orthodox.
Yeah.
So she needs something that's a little more modest.
I did get a little bit of the, well, never mind. I don't like the mom now because that when we cut to the mom and the mom says, I know she's going over to get married, but my daughter's American.
She's American.
And I'm like...
American.
I'm like, dude, she had a wedding over here. She's going over there.
This is
for his family. That's the whole reason they're doing it.
This is part of the problem with America and the world, by the way. You're seeing it now where we think we can just go and be how we want to and say, I'm going to be American and do what I want.
Yeah, that's not going to work out well.
Paul learned that too. Yeah. Or Brittany's going to learn that on the other way, you guys, this season.
This show
is not going to end well for her.
This show really did. It really did. Like, I love being American. When we talked about this, ethnocentric or whatever.
Yeah.
It's
America's like that.
Yeah. So
it's our individualism that does that.
It's a wonderful, great country. Don't get us wrong. Actually,
and I'm glad I live here.
I wouldn't want to live anywhere else. For a long term. I could live in Barcelona for a couple of months.
I'd like to summer other places.
Yes.
Yeah.
But always winter in California.
Here. Yeah.
Yes. Ooh, where can we summer?
We sound like elitists. We need to shut up. Where can we summer? Anyway, the third dress is boobalicious.
It's beautiful.
And it's gorgeous, but like this is the one that you should say.
The second one was way more conservative.
Then she puts on this kind of like... I could only describe it as like an Elsa fur or something from like Sound of Music.
It was beautiful.
It was.
Y'all,
the dress was gorgeous.
I love it when...
as this one said, I love a winter wedding.
I love a winter wedding. And
I screamed, you'll never have one because when men get married in winter, they just wear suits. No one wears anything different. Oh no, what are you playing what are you playing? You know what? If it's not going to happen, I'm going to keep going. Anywho, it's not going to work. Just stop.
It's not working. Why isn't this working?
I love it.
No, I had it all played up.
Oh well.
Oh God.
Boy, that felt good.
Boy, ruined the moment.
Anyway, Becky's like, forget about me. It's fine. I'll just like sit by myself.
Wow, you broke my computer. I can't even
touch it.
I'm blaming you.
That's all I've got about that. I like I said before, I have a hard time watching their segments.
It's easy for me.
Well, as long as he's in there,
y'all. He needs to be shirtless, like because already he's wearing.
There's
that tank
something
top.
about him, you guys. God. There's something, I don't know what it is. All I want to do is jump his bones.
I don't know why Corey and Evelyn have an OnlyFans. It needs to be.
What the fuck?
Andre's like, how do I get work? I'll tell you how to get work, Andre. I'll tell you.
Did we just break news that Corey and Evelyn have a fucking OnlyFans?
Yes. So, y'all, I highly recommend. You know, Friday by TLC is it's Katrina and Hanakawa on her Instagram, which Instagram is that? I should shout that out well. Anyway,
I think it's Hanakawa.
No, her Instagram's something else.
She's commented on mine. It's Hanakawa though.
Anyway,
riveting.
So follow her Instagram because we'll
put it in the show notes.
Yeah, we'll put it in the show notes. We won't. We never do. But anyway, follow because she actually joined their OnlyFans. And so
there's no nudity, y'all. Unfortunately, there's no pictures of Surf Jesus's kind of medium to smallish dick.
No, I'm telling you though, Corey could be a bottom. I bet he has a great ass.
I agree.
And apparently he's going to do like a swimsuit shoot, but it's Evelyn in skimpy.
Who cares?
Suits, and Corey with just like recycled Instagram pictures. What is the point?
Do they not understand what OnlyFans is?
We want to see dick.
I need to see dick or
boobs or whatever
or naked
girls
ass
show.
At least.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
Evelyn, you're putting like icing off your boob.
I demand balls.
I don't know what it is. We're not asking for a dick pic, mind you.
No,
we're not. Don't send us one.
If you fucked him in college, well, he didn't fuck anyone in college, so never mind.
If someone has a video of having sex with Andrei,
send it. You can send that.
You can send that.
Yeah.
Send it.
Winter
wedding.
Shall we move on to winter weddings can be gay like a Christmas holiday, but the June bride hears the song of a spring that lasts all summer long. That's enough.
We've already sang
more than once.
We sang the whole, and I think someone left us Apple Podcast review and said they sang Jew Bride, and I cried in my car.
You know, that's why I do this. That's why I do all of this. For people to cry in their car to an obscure song that was written for the movie version of the musical.
You know, we had somebody who left a Apple Podcast review. And y'all leave a podcast review. Poodle loves it. They left us 5 stars. It's Beverly, 3980. And Beverly said, title, not sure I can do this. And then the podcast review says, the first time I listened to y'all's show, I said to myself, I can't do this mess. 1 minute later, I said, damn it, these are my kind of people. Subscribed.
My favorite kind of review. When the first listen is like, abject, like this is not for me.
And she said her mom is from Oklahoma, but she's Texas forever, y'all. Love us.
That is my favorite response to us. When you first listen, you're like,
I did not want to like them.
And it's like when the first thing you open, like you've left something in your car, like food, and you open, you're like, oh, something smells bad, and then that's your first response to us. But then you're used to it, and you decide you like the smell.
Or like, yeah, exactly. Like when you fart and it stinks, but then you get a little whiff of the barbecue you had, and then you want barbecue again.
Truth.
Y'all.
Let's move on to Sinjin and Tania.
Sinjin.
Okay. I'm going to say this now. I may regret it.
I wonder if you're going to say what I'm going to say.
Tania's not bothering me this season.
I literally wrote, Tania's not bothering me, and I actually felt sorry for her in this episode.
I wrote the same.
What is happening?
Take that for what it's worth, y'all.
What is happening?
Maybe I'm softening towards her. No, don't get me wrong. She's still got some obnoxious moments, and I'm going to detail those for you. But Sinjin, you guys, oh God, maybe they're editing it in this way, but Sinjin comes off like a loser, and I hate that.
Well,
because he was the winner last season.
But you know what? And we said this is last season. No, we didn't. Maybe I don't think we ever called St. John a man-child. I don't know if we remember if we ever said he wasn't going to get his shit together. I don't think we said that about him.
He's not a man-child per se. He's just...
But he needs to get his shit together.
Lazy.
And it's like, he is kind of lazy.
He probably has a problem with alcohol.
He probably does.
Yeah, we're not qualified to diagnose that, you guys. So we're not going to.
Well, we don't have enough information actually.
Yeah. Tania is though. Don't get worried.
Tania is. So he's going to apply at this Irish bar, and y'all, he's acting like he's about to go to like an Olympic meet.
It's like he's going to an interview at Apple.
Yeah. You know what it's like? It's like when Catherine was preparing for her interview at Gwen's on Southern Charm.
I hope they like me.
And that was one of the worst interviews.
Honey, you're an influencer. You're fine.
Yeah, you're fine. So you're fine until you make a comment about black people. Then you're fired.
Until you put a monkey fucking emoji.
Yeah, bye, bitch.
Not even that. Not a comment. A fucking monkey emoji.
I know. She's canceled.
Bye.
Y'all.
And you know what? I loved her.
I'm
angry because she made me love her. And I'm furious.
You made me love you.
Because y'all, as celebrity reality people, my biggest hate for you will be when you have made me love you and you turn. Or I find out something about you that makes me hate you.
That's the way we felt. It wasn't celebrity, but that's the way it happened with True Blood. We loved that show.
I blame the writers there, though.
It's true. Anyway, y'all, so St. John's applying to an Irish bar. He meets a guy named Leo.
Before that, we need to talk about how Tania is talking to him. Yes. And she's like playing with tarot cards, y'all, because of course she is, because that's so Tania.
Yeah.
And so she says...
I forgot what you said. That's so Tania.
St. John, can you help me shower before you go? Because I didn't shower yesterday. Not a shock.
Not a shock.
I can tell with your hair. So then he carries her on his back, mind you.
This is a little bit too, because
to the shower.
She has a boot.
She's got a boot. I think she's like Ariana Grande in the early years. She'd like to be carried.
That's true. Yeah.
Anyway,
that was a good time. I mean, she did ask him to open her water bottle because it was too cold.
Now those are the classic Tania moments I need to see more of. Can you open this? It's so cold.
Not this vulnerable, reasonable shit.
No, I want unreasonable Tania saying ridiculous things. I need more soulmate conversation. Oh, bring back the soulmate days. Oh,
you know what it is that
when I could hate her with good reason.
She's in crisis mode of like, how is shit going to get done?
That is so. She isn't. So there's no time to think about
and
soulmates.
Is still like everything's going to work out. It's a fun party.
Remind me never to let you do it again. Anyway, so he's going to the Irish bar to get a job interview.
Yep.
And I wrote down, is the guy behind St. John a statue?
I didn't notice.
This kind of weird guy in the background who was just wasted, who just was staring at a bartender. And like, is he a statue? Is that some kind of like quaint Irish bar thing?
Maybe.
And then he moved or blinked, and I was like, no, he's just really drunk.
Oh. Well, y'all, people don't go to an Irish bar just to have a drink or two.
No, you don't have one drink at an Irish bar.
You go to an Irish bar to
7.
get fucking ripped.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you ever been to Ireland in bars in Ireland?
Everyone there is loud and drunk.
Have you ever been?
Yes.
I can't imagine what you would do in an Irish bar.
I'm the most sober person there because everyone else is actually like plastered out of their minds.
Did you try to fuck straight guys?
Maybe. Irish boys are hot. Unfortunately, a lot of them have the Irish curse.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Yeah. 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 Especially Northern Ireland boys.
Yeah. Anyway, y'all. So
Not all.
They're not all. So he helps Tania get ready, and he goes to his interview. He's talking to Leo. They're in the bar. St. John is talking about all this fucking shit, buying clothes for himself, and like how he was a minor.
Yeah,
and
he's
he
just
didn't
running
like
off
being
the mouth, you guys.
It's like he's trying to recap his whole 90 Day Fiance season. And so we're
and
like...
Leo is like, how do I tell him to fuck off?
And he finally says, what kind of cocktail experience do you have?
That's Scottish.
I know that Irish
What
accent's
kind of cocktail
really good.
experience do you have?
Do you have? And he says,
Little to none. He basically
he can't even pour a Guinness.
No.
A Guinness, y'all, it's just a beer. It's just a draft beer.
I have a feeling he was probably mixing like pisco sours where the sour mix is already there.
Yeah.
You pour like a vodka and then you do half and half.
Yeah. He was doing like a party bar in South Africa where drunk woohoo girls like Tania are going to get drunk.
It's not real bartending, y'all.
Yeah, it's not real bartending.
He probably is
cute.
not a real bartender.
It's like those It's like the difference of going to a good bar or going to like Mickey's.
Fiesta Cantina.
Or Fiesta Cantina. Those aren't Those are hot guys.
Don't have a problem with Fiesta Cantina. They have a heavy hand. You're not going to get a good sea breeze, though.
You're not.
You're not going to get a good Manhattan.
No. Tequila sunrise, no thank you.
No bueno. You're not going to... Your Manhattan will not have a twist of orange.
No, it's going to taste more like... Manhattan's going to taste like New Jersey.
Truth.
Poughkeepsie.
You
That's
don't
what they
go
call
to a gay bar for the quality of drinks.
They call it a Poughkeepsie.
You go because the Long Island iced teas are just, they pour everything that they wrung out of a thing at the end of the cloth at the end of the bar.
Exactly. Anyway.
Long Island iced tea. Oh my God. I had some of those in China at one bar. I was so drunk. I can't even tell you. I walked home and I couldn't see straight.
Wow.
You know when you're that drunk?
I'm glad you did that in a foreign country where you could have been fucking kidnapped.
And we were walking home, too.
Were you by yourself?
No, I was walking with a group of people.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Is that when your roommate tried to fuck you?
That never happened.
Didn't he try to get you to...
He kind of did.
You told me one night he tried to make out with you.
He did, yeah.
And you didn't make out with him?
No.
You didn't even see his dick?
No.
Because it was big. He would walk around without underwear, y'all.
Yeah,
I was
saw
on
it.
Skype once.
It was too close. I could never do it. Also, I just didn't like him.
That's the reason. If you liked him, you would have worked that into a summer fuck fest.
I would
have.
have.
And then the day before,
like a Sean Cody winter getaway.
Yeah.
Y'all, Google Sean Cody winter getaway.
Not at work.
Not at work. You'll get an eyeful.
They really should start sponsoring us.
I don't think they have any money.
Oh, that's true. Anyway, y'all, this is a long show. Dig in. So, there's a lot. You said it's a lot of stuff happened. So he does this interview.
There's a lot of couples this season.
The bartender Leo's like,
there's nothing for you, St. John. I don't know what you're gonna do.
He didn't say that. He said you're a good maybe.
Yeah, you're good.
Let me get back to you and I'll give you a call.
That's Scottish still.
Or like, I'll give you a call.
Don't roll your R's. That's not helpful. He said, "I'll give you a call if there's anything for you."
Yeah.
Yeah.
If there's anything for you.
If there's anything for you.
For you.
No rolling R's.
That's what he said. And so
he comes home, you guys, and I wrote again, I never thought I would say this. I feel sorry for Tania.
He's drunk.
She's like, look at you, all smiley. Which means drunk, by the way.
Which means drunk. And then, because
you smell a lot like beer.
She tells him what happened because she went to the doctor for a checkup. And long story short, y'all, she's not working for like 3 months.
Yeah, it's going to be a while.
It's not going to happen. So suddenly, like, shit is getting on St. John to get his ass together. And then the doctor, we see it on video, the doctor tells her that, which happens, that she could develop like early arthritis in like 2 years. And St. John gets really irate and he's like...
Yeah, because he's like, no, you're not. No, that's not. You're going to get arthritis.
20 years. He said 20 years.
Yeah, it was scary, kind of.
This was not a good side of St. John. It made me want two things. One, for him to be nicer, and B, for him to cut his hair.
I could handle him at this point. I would just need to blow him. Wow. I think it was funny, too. St. John is so typical of the way people who are drunk or trying not to act drunk.
Yeah.
You're kind of like standing up and you start shaking your head when people are talking. Like, I'm hearing what you're saying.
That is one of the rules of acting. Don't act drunk. Act like you're trying not to be drunk.
And you're shaking your head going, yeah, I hear you. Yeah.
Acting drunk is one of the hardest things in acting. A lot of people don't do it well.
It is.
It is.
I act drunk all the time.
Yeah. 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 Anyway, y'all.
Tania does not feel acknowledged.
We just want to say
that was the most obnoxious thing she said the whole episode.
It's true. She said it, and she was right.
I can't believe you're right. I can't believe I have to talk about Tania as being a victim of Sinjin.
Give it time. We're early in the season.
I have a feeling she's going to do something so appalling. So, what if she cheats on him?
How long do they film for?
Oh, God, please let her cheat on him. Please let something turn for me.
I wonder how long we'll see her in the boot. They probably film only 3 months worth.
So maybe she'll be in the boot the whole time.
Yeah.
Let's move on to
Michael. Y'all, here's the deal with Angela. So, Angela, we see her. She's with her granddaughter, and they're going to go see her immigration attorney. They totally did not show us. Why did they not talk to two things they missed out on this episode? I wanted to see Paul being actually picked up at the airport by his mom.
Yeah.
And I wanted
the marriage lawyer she
and I
went
wanted to see the marriage lawyer she went to. Because we got a little clip.
The lawyer didn't sign off on all of it.
Maybe. We got a little clip. So basically, because y'all, the marriage lawyer fucking got real with her.
Yeah.
What did she say? She's like, you can love in your heart, but think with your head.
Think with your head.
I was like, ooh, girl. Her name was Stephanie.
She gave her some truth talk.
And so she realized, she told Angela, look, bitch, you could die and he could take everything.
Right.
What is that from? We take is that First Wives Club?
Sounds right.
That's a good movie.
It doesn't hold up well. You'd be surprised.
Really? I haven't seen it in a long time.
You would be surprised.
Ooh, I'd have to see it.
Yeah. That's not a reason to watch something again when I say it doesn't hold up well.
Well, you know. You don't own me.
I'm like, oh, you'd be surprised. It doesn't hold up. Really? Oh, I'll have to see it. That's not what you say. You just say, oh, really?
I completely dismissed you, and I didn't
mean to. You did.
I didn't mean to at all. But it's Goldie Hawn and Bette Midler. What and if they sing a musical number at the end.
What if they said, oh, I just love, my book club this week is Mein Kampf. Would you say, but it's Goldie Hawn and Bette Midler. Probably not Bette Midler. But
fine.
Yeah, it doesn't hold up well. You'd be surprised.
I'll watch Overboard instead.
Don't want to ruin that for you either.
That one holds up.
It does. That movie, yeah. Just don't watch the new one.
No.
Doesn't work.
Anyway, y'all. So Angela then goes to what's his name? Tim? Lou. Whatever his name. Lou Tippett or something like that.
And Lou is like, she's like, Lou, I need a will. So obviously, besides being an immigration lawyer, Lou can do wills.
He can do it. And she's like,
50-50, down the middle,
50-50.
Grandchildren Michael.
He's like, you want to put Michael out of the will? She's like, no, just 50-50. Angela, you should just put it in a trust. That's the best thing
That is exactly what she should do.
That's what I'm going to do, because if I die, Poodle's going to try to take everything.
I would do that. Now that I'm thinking about it, and if someone tried to usurp your assets in what small amount of income we have in this podcast, they would have to pry it from my cold dead fingers. Good luck, Matt's family and friends. I'd get out my forgeries, everything I needed to. Think about, I was brought up with the idea that I'm pretty good at winning when tragedies happen like that. Wow. Things can change and turn on a dime.
Wow.
Don't go against me. That's basically the long and short of it. Anyway, you guys, so she's decided that she's still going to try to do the spousal visa with Michael, but if there's an issue with Michael, the spousal visa or the K-1 won't work.
Won't work. Because the attorney basically tell her, I guess her case now is moved to the U.S.
Yep.
Instead of in Nigeria. Y'all, spoiler alert, it's not going to go any better in the U.S.
Yep.
I mean, especially I think they are getting close to when they ban Nigeria on the list.
I think so,
in the show. Maybe that will happen this season.
Ugh.
So she's going to plan the marriage with Michael, but she's going to wait until the last minute until it looks like the K-1 wouldn't work.
And I really like that she said, I want my 90 days here. I want to see Michael interact with my grandchildren.
Make sure he likes it.
Him.
He's horrible.
Yeah.
Again, Angela, one of the more reasonable people, where we
Which
look
is
at
saying
like
something.
Anna just brought someone over to be with her
Anna,
kids.
man.
Angela, y'all, Angela's not going to, she's going to worry. I guarantee you, Angela will not let Michael alone with her young kids for a while until she trusts him.
No. Y'all, think about this. Anna Bees brought someone over her kids did not know to live in her house and basically call him daddy.
And I bet she would do things like go to the grocery store and leave him there.
Oh, yeah.
Alone.
Totally. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So we still stand behind the fact that she's a bad mother.
And we're not being sexist because if you're a man
Same.
and you had a kid and you're a woman, nope. Same thing.
Same. And I feel like Michael did that with Juliana.
Yeah.
However, I would say that his kids are a little bit more, let's say, woke.
Also, they did a longer dating process.
They did.
And they like knew of each other much longer.
Yeah.
Much longer. Anna and Marcel were like...
And when they started out,
and also
Michael and Juliana said, Juliana was like, I'm not going to be a stepmom. I'm going to be like a friend when I start off.
And actually, too, they had a conversation with
the
Sarah
ex-wife
about parenting.
We never saw Anna's ex-husband probably for a reason.
He's gone. He's gone.
Oh,
Your baby's gone.
I went to Hall & Oates.
Oh.
She's gone. Oh, out.
That's a good one.
She's gone.
That's a popular. I did a weird.
Yeah, you did. That's pretty much normal for you.
Gone like a bird.
Never heard of it.
Song.
Yeah.
I think she was like one of those teenagers who could sing country music, and we don't know what she's doing now.
I don't know who this is.
You know, they're like a one-hit wonder.
I don't know who this is.
Fine.
Anyway, y'all.
So we're going to see what Angela does, but scamming me? No.
So we do see her, like, talking to Skyla, and she goes into a recliner, and she's like, gosh darn, I can't sit in this son of a bitch. Her children are all around.
That is exactly what my father would say. Well, God damn, Matt, you couldn't sit in this fucking chair. Lean your back on you. Fuck. How do you get out of here?
I will say,
God damn, boy.
Angela is herself.
Always. It's like when my brother bought my dad. My dad has literally an iPhone from fucking 8 years ago in his case. And it's one of those, my dad can't see hardly, so it's one of the small iPhones. So the words on the iPhone, there's like 2 letters on the phone practically because the words are so big on the iPhone. Oh, wow. So my brother bought him the newest, biggest iPhone, that iPhone Max.
Yeah.
So
that's a big phone.
And then when I talked to my dad, I was like, hey, I heard Bubba, we call my brother Bubba. Heard Bubba got you a new phone, Dad. And he was like, what do you mean? Oh, that piece of shit, I took it back. I'm like, Dad, why'd you take it back? He's like, Matt, you try to work with a goddamn book in your pants and tell me if you can get a ditch dug.
That's some Angela shit, y'all.
That's some Angela shit.
But it's real.
It's real. Chelsea Marr.
Come at us if your parents, you give them something and they will return it.
Yeah.
My mother does that too. She's she's like, and I said, where did this? She's like, yeah, I returned it. I really didn't like blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay. And she's like, I preferred this.
But what if you returned something your mother got you?
God forbid. Well, I guess I'll stop giving anything. There would be every year on Christmas when my mother would get me something and she would find the most boring, nondescript gray sweater from like American Eagle Outfitters. I'm like, this is not really my style. She's like, you can return it if you don't want it. It's fine. And when I would return it, she's like, I guess I just don't know your style anymore. I guess I shouldn't pick out anything anymore. Skip the middleman altogether. No, it's fine. It's really fine. Anyway, so Skyla and Angela.
The vodka's kicking in. He's shaking it off.
No, it's still burgers.
Oh,
it's still the Whopper I had. Yo, I hadn't had a Whopper in years. And I had one tonight, and it's sitting in there like a piece of lead.
Do you feel bad about it?
Oh, I feel disgusting. I feel absolutely disgusting.
Do you regret it?
No. But because it was great eating it. But I feel disgusting now.
Yeah.
Absolutely disgusting.
I have to get my Peloton tomorrow.
No, I can't move up this couch.
No, tomorrow.
Oh, no, I'm just saying, you know how in like those cartoons when people like swallow anvils?
Oh, yeah. Boom.
Yeah. I'm like when Elmer Fudd swallowed an anvil. He can't move.
Can't move, y'all.
So you guys, Skyla and Angela are talking at the table, and Skyla's like, I'm not going with you to Nigeria, Mama. And so she basically backs out.
She does.
They call Michael. Michael's like, Skyla, he's just woken up. Why aren't you going to Nigeria? She's like, because I don't want to. During this whole conversation, I kind of fugued out into a state because there was a cake in the middle of the table. And I stared at that cake the whole time. The fact that there was one piece missing from this cake, it looked like red velvet or some kind of coffee cake. I could not pay attention to what they were saying because I kept staring at the cake under a cover. Y'all, if you have a cake under like a dome cover, I will ask for a piece in your house.
Well, let me brief you. And that basically, Skyla says she doesn't support it. And so this is what I think happened. I think Angela's mom didn't want her to do it.
Yeah.
And so she ganged up with Skyla and said, don't leave.
Yeah.
I don't want you to go. And, I understand Skyla's point, but I want someone to say, you live in Angela's new house, probably for rent-free.
You need to support her.
With your fucking kids. And she watches your kids all fucking time. Go to Nigeria and see your mom's goddamn wedding.
I agree.
Suck it up.
That's all I've got about her.
That's all I have to.
Are we ready to move on?
Yeah.
So on to our last couple, Kalani and Asuelu.
They do have pretty names.
Asuelu,
you said it right.
Asuela.
Kalani, that's a pretty name. I like it.
Hawaiian, I believe.
Yeah, I like it.
Anyway, so she's picking him up at work, you guys, and the children are screaming their fucking heads off.
Well, before he picks him up, he talks to his sister.
Pai
talks to his sister, Pai, and she's, we could do a 90-day theater. We thought about it, but this is basically what she says.
It's pretty miserable.
Give me money.
Yeah. You guys, it's a cultural thing in Samoa that, if when you move away from Samoa or you give your relatives gifts and money. And guess what? The rent is due. And Pai needs her pound of flesh. And, it's a cultural thing. And so it feels, as Americans, it feels a little weird for her to be saying, where's your money? But maybe it's normal for them. Like for us, when I saw that, I was like, fuck you, bitch. But culturally, that's what happens.
It's so you think about like just the luck of where you're born and where you live. Like, I can't imagine being born on Samoa in the middle of fucking nowhere. I can't even imagine. I bet
it is in the middle of the ocean.
I bet it's very expensive to live there.
I don't know. I know
nothing about it.
I literally know nothing about it.
Samoan sissies, come at us, because Hawaii's expensive.
Y'all, normally I've got something to add to everything. I know zero about this.
I bet it's beautiful to go when it's not measles season. I'm just saying.
Unfortunately, it is measles season now.
It is measles season.
Pai tells him that
my kids are dying.
The kids are dying.
Their family's
your
okay.
Kids better get vaccinated because you don't want them to die of measles. So Kalani picks him up, and she's like, do you want to eat? She's like, hurry, baby, I'm hungry.
And they're riding in the car, and he falls asleep just in the car.
Must have been a rough day at the nutrition store.
At Dixie Nutrition. Y'all, first of all, it's called Dixie Nutrition.
And they're in Utah.
Utah.
It's weird. And we said this last the last show we did, when the last 2 shows, something's wrong with Asuelu. We've said this before.
Yeah.
I'm going to move on with this, and I'm not going to, and I'm not a doctor. I can't diagnose this. Something's happening. Either he's not processing things.
Something's different.
Something's different. Something's off. I feel bad for Kalani. I feel like she either humors him or think he's funny.
No, I think we see this. She does, like when he does fall asleep in the car, I think she laughs at him a lot.
Yeah.
And I think she thinks he's really funny. And I think Kalani is probably a very serious person. And maybe he brings out this kind of like childlike side of her. But man, it's hard because we're going to get into this. Is like
she can't depend on him.
But the thing that we're talking about is, y'all, they're deciding whether or not to go to Samoa, which I guess they magically have the money now because they talked about last episode about not. But they talk about
thousands of dollars.
There's a measles epidemic, and Kennedy, their youngest son, has
not been vaccinated.
Babies too.
They do.
Has not been vaccinated, and so they go to this doctor to ask to be vaccinated, or if they should vaccinate. And the doctor says we can. However, as it's a doctor, I would suggest if you can wait.
Yeah,
but what?
And Asuelu's like, no, we need the vaccine now so I can go home.
And to me, it's like this broken child of, I'm a kid and I'm homesick, where most parents would say, father, mother, grandparent, anything for my kid. So I'll do what's best for my kid. Like, maybe I worry about the safety of the kids.
Maybe it's less of a concern of him not having, maybe it's less of him not being, it's an intelligence thing, but of him having emotional intelligence to know what he wants, because his life, he was used to having a life that was so simplified of men do this, women do this.
Because he is very kind of archaic in his thinking. Like, he says, was that a nurse?
Was that a nurse? She's like, no, that was a fucking doctor, you sexist fucker.
I love that she was like, fuck that shit.
That's the thing. Y'all, she does not let him like ride with anything.
She doesn't. I really like her. I think, y'all,
she kind of tweaks things in me, but I'm looking the other way.
I feel like she would be fun at a gay bar, at karaoke.
She would be.
And you would probably end up making out with her at the end of the night.
I do want to say that Asuelu orders avocado toast and a mocha, and he's like, one with lots of fat and cream. He's like, I love in America, their coffees are like desserts.
I don't know.
That's such a childlike thing to say.
So you don't know if he's like on the spectrum, or if there's
I don't know,
or if there's something going, or if he's just like
it fascinates
where he
me.
Grew up.
It fascinates me.
I would almost not just like an email exchange. If we had a sissy who is from Samoa, I would love to have like a 10-minute Skype conversation.
And I want to talk about men from Samoa and women from Samoa and
we know
and
nothing.
Roles. Because
seriously, come at us.
Please tell us if this is normal for Asuelu.
We will talk to you for 10 minutes.
I would love to talk to a Samoan
I will give
sissy.
You Poodle's phone number, not mine.
I'll give you my kick. No, all my tricks know that, so maybe not that.
What's your kick?
KIK? I don't know. Something I've seen on apps. Some like methed out porn days like, what's your kick? I'm like, I don't have one.
I just had a booty bump and I'm ready. Ram me. We just had a woman who sent us a really sweet Patreon message. I'm going to have to respond to her. Who basically said, I had to get over the crudeness a little bit because I am older than your mother. Or I could be your mother.
Oh.
And then they said, and I would have loved to have been your mother.
Oh.
Isn't that sweet?
Oh, that makes it tear up.
It was really sweet. Anyway.
I don't know. You didn't deal with me as a teenager, bitch.
You would have killed Poodle. Killed him.
As my mother said, it wasn't easy.
She was like... God damn, I can't raise this son of a bitch.
You would have,
like Angela.
When I talked about, someone talked to, we were talking about something, and Mother's like, oh, The correcting, the nonstop correcting you did of me. Everything. So what I do for you...
I don't know what that feels like at all.
On the podcast, I corrected my mother. My mother's like, oh, it's so annoying. I just wanted to, muzzle you.
Same. Same.
So you guys, where are we? Where am I?
Where am I? We're getting to the end. We're getting to the end, y'all. That's basically it. They're at the doctor.
They're at like an urgent care kind of doctor.
But they get the prescription for the test, but we don't know if they're the measles vaccine. We don't know.
They're kind of in an urgent care, like in a strip mall, where they could have picked up Little Caesars like that night.
They did.
It looks like it.
They could have afterwards. They got some stuffed crust. I'm not mad at stuffed crust pizza.
No, me either. I can feel like shit when I eat it.
Boy,
but,
Ricky Darting loves stuffed
crust. Stuffed crust.
She did.
Ricky Darting circa like 2003.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
When she
that
just
was a rough year.
That's when she got real big and all she could wear was her Kato pants. Remember that?
That's a mutual friend of ours, y'all, who we don't talk to anymore.
Because she doesn't like gay people anymore.
We do live shows. We're going to do a good Ricky Darting story.
We will.
So anyway, the doctor is like,
we make up names for people that we like, but if you're an asshole,
we're just
going to use your real name.
So
sorry.
The doctor's like, here, take this, and she basically just says, he says, when we go to Samoa, and she's like, I prefer just to stay here. It's safe in America.
Again, the fact that a parent would not think about the safety of their kids. I don't even have like a judgment of like he's a bad dad, or more just like you're not getting it.
I feel like he's
not getting it. How can she have a conversation with him? Don't you feel? I'm like, how does she have a conversation with him? I don't see it.
I feel like there is. It's not all intellectual. It's not all emotional. There's something there that is holding him back from being in the real world. I don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is.
Anyway, that's the show, y'all.
That is the show. That's a long... You know why we gave you a long show? Because it's Pride.
We gave
you because gay
is
Pride.
That it?
Yes.
I like it how we focus on this one weekend to have Pride.
Well, no, actually we do the whole month. But
that's true.
It's like you focus on December is Christmas time, but December 25th is Christmas, or Halloween is on the 31st. So it's like
and y'all,
today.
Christmas is gay.
It is. Woo!
See, this one's House of Christmas. You're like, this is faggoty.
You know what? Claire, a lot of other people came for me and were like, I love that you decorate.
I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna backtrack, which I never do.
Oh God.
You can decorate all you like.
Thank you.
I am sorry for relating your decoration of your house to your parents' divorce. Which is probably appropriate, but was probably not something I should have said.
I didn't mind. I already knew that.
But
it's like when my parents got divorced, and my Aunt Karen was staying with us, and she didn't. And her husband was depressed because he was a deadbeat and lost his job and didn't know. And her kids were just brat kids. And
shut up.
I put up Christmas with bronchitis. Coughed while I put the tree up the whole time because I just wanted some normalcy.
And with that,
y'all, thank you so much for your review. I know we're killing it on the Apple Podcast reviews.
We're still talking about ways to do a live show, you guys. We've been talking to our tech guy, sound guy, Patrick.
So we are gonna...
We know how you all love him. It feels really great when y'all talk about how hot he is.
He is. We have 2,100 reviews, so we always appreciate Apple Podcast for you. What else was it going to...
We would have done a live show by now, you guys, if not for COVID. So, send your letters to COVID.
Yeah, let them know. You can find us on Cameo.
Care of the IRS.
That's care of the IRS. You can find us on Cameo. The links again are in the show notes as well. Jake's at Jake It or Fake It. I'm at the Matt Marr, 2 T's, 2 R's. I have a friend. Speaking of Pride, I told him, I have a friend. There's my friend Ben Palacios. You know Ben Palacios. Mm-hmm. He just started a podcast with his uncle. His uncle's gay, and he's a vicious queen. He reminds me a lot of you, but like he's like in his 50s.
Okay.
I mean, he is, but like a truth talker.
Right.
But nice and sweet and funny. His uncle's gay, which I always wanted a gay uncle. We didn't get that. Don't you have a lesbian aunt?
You're kind of my gay uncle.
That tracks. That's fair. That's fair. But anyway,
I have a lesbian cousin.
his sister just had a baby, so now Ben is a gay uncle. So they have an advice podcast called Ask Your Gay Uncle.
That's a great
So
idea.
it's a sweet little show. I listened to like the first. It's really funny. They're a very different dynamic than Poodle and I. I'll leave that in the show notes as well.
They're probably more serious. I can only imagine.
It's called Ask Your Gay Uncle. Check them out. If y'all are gonna love Ben on Instagram because he's naked all the time.
Yeah, he
and
likes to show off his body.
and he has a huge dick.
Are you sure?
You can tell. He wears swimsuits all the time.
Yeah, you're probably right. Now that I think about it,
He also has BDF.
I think you're right.
Anyway.
I've never really thought about it too much.
Yeah, because he's a friend, so I'm not attracted to him. But hey,
Yeah.
we call dicks as we see them. It's like Tania.
You know,
when she's a bitch,
when
she's
I-
a bitch.
when
When
I-
she's sweet, she's sweet.
When I don't see, I try not to see friends have BDF. I'm not looking at
I
it.
try not to, but sometimes it just hits you.
Yeah.
You don't have one friend that you knew.
Yeah.
Yeah. And did you try to sleep with them?
That's the show, everybody.
Y'all, you can go to 90 Day Gays and find all other shows and everything else we got going on. And we call these people lonely hearts because, Poodle, aren't we all just lonely hearts?
Yes. And if there's a measles outbreak where you're going, you may want to think about getting vaccinated and call us